This thing did. So, oh, the word is not coming. So, okay, I was going to show you the Sunni and Shia Tafsir on this and the dilemma. So, the Shia say on Surah Fat, Ayat 2, that this is not Prophet Muhammad. This ayat is not on Prophet Muhammad. Whoever says it's on Prophet Muhammad, then it's blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. But the Sunni tafsir I've seen is, so you might not even, I haven't even just put my mic on, fixed my mic here. I think I should, let's see, try again, or let's see, just go along with this. No, I had set it on screencasting, but didn't come on screencasting. I'm just fixing my mic here, and you won't see the introduction video that I use for this live streams also, for these live streams. Okay, so I'll just read out from Quran.com. Islamic Sunni general non-Shia tafsir is tafsir. Marif al-Quran and Ibn Kathir. So they say that this is this ayat, the done one, right? The one that has your future crimes forgiven and to lead you on the path, straight path. Oh, so analysis of this. Okay, first Ma'arif al-Quran. Ma'arif al-Quran. Ma'arif. In short, just say it like that. I say it like this, sorry. Ma'arif al-Quran. So that Allah may forgive you of your previous and subsequent faults. Surah 48 at 2. If the particle lam translated above as so that is is taken to be for ta'lil, it indicates the purpose for which and the reason why such a manifest victory is given to the Holy Prophet. So the verse starts with, we have given you a manifest victory, and right, and then this, so this is about the first ayat, and it is mentioned in this verse that the victory was given to him to bless him with three different bounties. The first bounty is forgiveness of all his past and future shortcomings. They say here, attention was drawn in Surah Muhammad that all prophets, Surah Muhammad, I can't find that, are infallible wherever words like dhanb and isyan, sin or fault, are attributed, or sin or fault. To them, in the Quran, they are in relation to the lofty status. So, however lofty they are, the sins and the crimes they commit are not serious. I mean, I think it should be taken like against the Ummul Mu'mineen if they are open to lewdness, double punishment for them, right? So, and these infallible prophets should not be committing crimes. And if they are, then the loftier they are, the higher their sins. It should be the higher, you know, the sin position of the sin should be also. But it's not like that here. It's the other way around. So Allah didn't protect them even from sins and all this. This is weird. However, Jesus Christ was born blessed. Only Jesus Christ. The others, like Moses, other prophets, were not born sinless. Like Quran ayat in Surah Maryam, you see, pure son, to give you a pure son. What does it mean? which means sinless, right? Innocent, pure. Pure is sinless, but not for Prophet Muhammad. And the other, Moses made a mistake, intentionally killed a person. I learned from Christian friends. Anyhow, in this tafsir, the three blessings, bounties given to Prophet Muhammad, okay, so shortcomings were less, or yeah, my something about my logic, my mind's logic. I don't know where I got this from, but when things don't go with this logic, like it kind of makes me dizzy, or I can't even explain or understand properly what are they really saying. This like I'm in the middle, like a pendulum. My mind is confused. Sorry, so I may not even because of this. I may not be able to explain to you words that are merely unadvisable. Words that are merely unadvisable, contrary to the preferred practice, are also referred to as dhanb in relation to the high status of the prophets, by way of reprimand, by way of reprimand by Allah. Was so. What did the Shia Tafsir say? I read out in my previous live stream on this dhanb. What is the meaning of dhanb? That anyone who says verse regards this verse regards Prophet Muhammad, then they're blaspheming, right? And this is what. And for a Shia coming here and saying, "Oh, we have Usuluddin, we are united," but according to Shia Tafsir, the Sunnis, whoever take this Tafsir, they're doing blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad, right? According to the Shia Tafsir, fellow Sunnis, Muslims, and they are not. It's very like really your hypocrisy and all this. You'll come after. So those Shias who will disrespect, humiliate the ex-Muslim ladies, females, dishonest intellectually and in every way, violent, harmful. You see, and who should be shameful? So it is about Prophet Muhammad, this verse. The Prophet was given these three bounties. So no matter his sin is done, that's not a sin, that's just a low, very low, because they're very high status. So, any, who had, like, more about Hazrat Musa, like Moses, it was a mistake, it was unintentional. Even Adam making that mistake, it wasn't disobedience to Allah. Allah just suggested to Adam. So when he says, "Oh, I'm zalim, I'm a wrongdoer, please forgive me," that's on a very low level. What? So a crime. So if someone, for example, okay, low crime, like low level, like someone steals 1 dirham or real or 1 pound, right? And someone in Islamic, someone steals 1,000, the crime is of theft, right? Stealing. And the punishment is less in Islam, or their hands would be cut off because they stole 1 dirham, 1 pound, or just a bread. What would be the punishment? Cutting off the hands? The Quran just generally says, right, that if you steal, your hands should be cut off. Not because the crime is less, like the amount is less or something that you have stolen, which is not of much value. Still, it's a misappropriation of property, knowingly done, right? Misappropriating property or something that belongs to another. Definition of theft given in English law: misappropriation of property. So will their thing be okay? Commands, I can't see. I've just opened. I'm reading from my other device, this Tafsir. So comments may come here on my screen. I'll be able to see it, but not on the other device, because from the other device, I'm on this in Quran.com. Thank you. Again on Quran.com website. The divine reward. Okay. So shortcomings is that the large masses of people entered the fold. The reason why this victory caused forgiveness for such shortcomings. Wait a minute. Have I skipped something? Previous refers to shortcomings committed before the conferment. Yes, I missed this. Oh, okay, sorry. Start. Works that are merely unadvisable, contrary to the preferred practice, are also referred to as done. Contrary. I'm just having some problem here. I'm losing touch. Sorry. Practice are also referred to as done. Works that are merely unadvisable. Like, God wouldn't advise anyone. They're like unadvisable. Makruh, could it be? If you do it, it's like unadvisable. Okay. So they come under the meaning of dhanb too for prophets, I think. Practice are also referred to as dhanb in relation to the high status of the prophets by way of reprimand. Previous dhanb refers to shortcomings committed before the conferment, conferment, conferment of prophethood, and subsequent refers to the later ones, future ones, refers to shortcomings committed after the conferment of prophethood. Mazari, in brackets, it says, I don't know what. The reason why this victory caused forgiveness for such shortcomings of the prophet meaning is that large masses of people entered the fold of Islam after it, and naturally the credit of spreading the call of Islam goes to the Holy Prophet, for which he deserved the divine reward. What about the other prophet saying we do not ask for any reward for this, conveying the message of Allah? And an increase in reward always entails forgiveness of the shortcomings of Prophet Muhammad. So it refers to Prophet Muhammad's shortcomings, done with shortcomings here. Mistakes, like not advisable to do, but yet prophets and messengers and all what, like Jesus Christ in Surah Anbiya, cannot say before Allah, cannot proceed in Allah's words or before Allah speaks, and cannot do what they're commanded to do by Allah. So how are they doing some unadvisable, just undesirable or some advisable unadvisable things? Surah Anbiya ayat 27, that you're not the prophets, all like Jesus Christ ones, the honored servants, right? The previous verse from the previous ayat of the Quran. Surah Anbiya ayat 26, and then 27 says that that they do not speak before Allah speaks, and do what Allah commands them to do. I thought in all things, private, public, everything. Anyways, here I'm told they do some things that are unadvisable. But the Sunnis do believe that Prophet Muhammad, before he didn't know he was a prophet, afterwards so he had his previous sins forgiven. And are there sins? If he didn't know, would they be sins? See, this is also a problem in Islam. Like, you can't make out what is a sin, what known, a religion you were before in, and you didn't know. You thought this was the right religion. You did. And then Allah brings something new. He says, no, this is the right religion. How would you be forgiven for that? So, anyways, this is the second bounty which resulted from the manifest victory. Here arises a question of the highest significance. The Holy Prophet was established in the right path from the very outset. Now, this other part of the verse to guide you on the right path. So, about the Prophet saying, it's about the Prophet, right? Prophet is established in the right path from the very outset. Not only was he himself on the right path, but also a source of guidance for the entire world. His night and day preoccupation was to call the people towards the straight path. So, what then is the meaning of guidance to the straight path through manifest victory in the 6th year of Hijrah? A detailed answer to this question can be found in Ma'arif al-Quran, Volume 1, pages 71 to 81. Particularly look at the definitions and the 3 degrees of Hidayah, guidance. So the definition of Hidayah, here it's given, they've given Quran.com in this Tafsir. Therefore, the instruction to pray for right guidance in the first surah is not only to the Muslim community, but also to the Holy Prophet. I just skipped some. And so he is to soar higher and higher in the path of spiritual and moral attainment. So raise the Holy Prophet to the highest pinnacle of spiritual eminence, which is described by the clause Yade Yaka, Yadiyaka, Yahdiyaka, or however you may pronounce it in Arabic. Must not any man. Okay, I have some problems reading this. And so the last part, if you say that I did not, Shia coming here and saying, oh, you haven't read this ayat in context. And no, Sunnis against, don't, we are united. We are united. Now let's read a little bit from the abridged Ibn Kathir on this ayat, Surah Fat, 48th chapter of the Quran, ayat 2. The merit of Surah Fat, Imam Ahmad recorded from Abdullah bin Maghafal, who said that Allah's Messenger recited Surah Al-Fat. Okay. Mawiyah, sub-narrator, added, were I not afraid that the people would crowd around me, I would surely try to imitate and produce his recitation. Both Al-Bukhari and Muslim recorded this hadith through Shubah, in the name of Allah. The reason behind revealing Surah Al-Fat, forget this now, and let's go to the ayat that he may admit then Omar said that I be deprived of my mother. Somehow here, you can read Quran.com, Ibn Kathir, that Allah may forgive you your sins. This is very important. Of the past and the future, contains one of the special virtues of the messenger, and no one else shares this honor with him. There is not an authentic hadith that states that any person other than the messenger earned forgiveness for all of his sins of the past and future on account of performing good deeds. Even future sins forgiven, not protected from future sins, but just, forgiven. So he can do dhanb, but they're not going to, this low dhanb, this dhanb here means a little less than what it means in Surah Takwir ayat 19, 18, 19. For what sin was she killed? For what dhanb was she killed? Now, who is Who is going to come here and humiliate, lie, dishonesty, intellectual? Huh? Like my live stream, fill it up with your dishonest ways. So, according to Shias, here on this point, Quran ayat saying that Prophet Muhammad has sinned and will be sinning, or it's a lower sin, but nevertheless, even a fault ascribed to him would be blasphemy, right? Forget Adam and all this. Look at the Shia, multilingual Quran. I have to open it. Very serious. Do not even imagine, right? Or no? Okay, let me go to multilingual and read it out. So, uh, punishing, which are whatever tactics to slowly kill the this your Shia way also. Surah Fatah. Shame on you, Shia. Shame on you. If even a fleeting thought crosses the mind. Shia Tafsir, Puya Ali commentary. Multilingual Quran, thank you. Like, can't even imagine, right? In other words. So I'm reading out the commentary. If even a fleeting thought crosses the mind at the mention of sinning and being forgiven, to connect it with the conduct of the Holy Prophet, it must be condemned as the worst form of blasphemy. Where's that dishonest? Get him. Shias, go after him. Right? He's saying, no. Shia and Sheikh this and our Sheikh. Your Sheikh Allah Yari. Very nice with the Sunnis, right? If even a fleeting thought crosses the mind at the mention of sinning and being forgiven, wait, lighting is being forgiven, to connect it with the conduct of the Holy Prophet, it must be condemned as the worst form of blasphemy. Worst form of blasphemy. Worst form of condemned. Who should be condemned first before us ex-Muslims? Shias? You are not condemning? Who should be condemned? Who should be condemned? Tell me. Who should be condemned? No one else shares the honor that any person other than the messenger earned forgiveness. Huh? For all of his sins of the past and future. All of his sins. This indeed is a great honor for the Messenger of Allah who fulfilled the requirements of Allah's obedience, righteousness, and straightness. And then we can go to what does it mean when Allah says to the Prophet now Allah will lead you on the right path. However, the Shias say something, and Shias are going way out of line on this because this ayat, how can it, first ayat says, who has he given victory to? And then Allah is jumping to disbelievers who have not. Okay, Hudaybiyah means that they will be coming to Islam. Many people will be coming into Islam, that Allah may forgive your community. Shakir says that Allah may forgive your community, the past faults, and those to follow. Yani, those who are going to come later on, their sins, also past sins, will be forgiven. Not future sins. It doesn't mean, because as the Shias put it here. It's quite strange that this is about those who were enemies of, who were not Muslims and were enemies of Islam, would now come into the fold of Islam, embracing Islam, accepting Islam. So the future ones, their past sins will be forgiven, and God knows where they go out of line and how well they explain it and put it. Or maybe I haven't put it properly, but don't blame me for misinterpreting and not reading in context, your context. I read it in your context, Shia context. Now, wait, let me, what? And the point, no, let me read it out. The interpret half guiding the Holy Prophet to the right path. Half verses refer to the Holy Prophet in particular, but they also cover all the prophets of Allah in general. What? Akamati Puya. Though the above verses refer to the Holy Prophet in particular, they do, right? But they also cover all the prophets of Allah in general. Now, if, which above, what's going on here? Sorry, Akamati Puya. About the messengers and the prophets of Allah, the Quran says they have been freed from any possibility of sinning. Shaitan has no authority over them. They follow nothing but revelation revealed to them by Allah. Yes, that's true. That's why there's a contradiction in the Quran. Representatives, number 5, Najm 2 to 5 say, your companion is not led astray, nor does he err, nor does he speak. Okay. Though the above verses refer to the Holy Prophet in particular, which above verse? But they also cover all the prophets of Allah in general. Now, if any, okay, the ones Akam Edipuya has given. Now, if any sin is connected with them, the Quran would become an unreliable book. True? Right? That's what your Shia Akam Edipuya says, and which it has become. The word Zanb should be interpreted as the shortcoming necessitated by the nature of creation in all created beings. Because Allah, the Creator, is alone above. Yeah, so it is like original sin in Christianity. We are born sinful. Nature of man is like this, free of all inherent or intrinsic shortcomings. Now, do I see a contradiction between Shia Tafsir, Stephen Ali, and Akam? So this is the fact towards which the Quran points out when it said therein that Allah has freed his prophets from it is not said that Allah has freed his prophets from shortcomings. In Surah Fatah 2, it says forgiveness of offer is forgiving, and dhanb is a sin committed. Okay, a crime committed. It's a kind of a sin. It's a sin. This is the fact towards which you please don't blame me for not understanding. But what I've like the nitty gritty is dhanb is a sin, which is, and ism is a sin, and what the Shia say. So this quite, but you know, this is the fact towards which Quran points out when it is said therein that Allah has freed his prophets from freed, and that the holy Ahlul Bayt have been thoroughly purified, which is the result of ghafar, protection. Ghafar, sorry, ghafar, I do this a lot. Protection. Ghafar is, oh, ghafar is protection. He grants to his chosen servants. Ghafar in this verse, read in context, Shias. Ghafir in this verse refers to the redress made available by His grace. Redress. Now, redress. What is redress? Otherwise, victory in any sense cannot be the cause of forgiveness of any misdeed done under the influence of evil. I'm getting confused, more confused than ever. Zan here refers to the state of mind of the state of mind of the Holy Prophet in view of the opposition of the disbelievers. Just a state of mind of because the disbelievers and the hypocrites, to retard the progress of Islam, they did many things to him. They did a lot of harassment, which came to an end. So he was like feeling zanb against, that he was feeling zanb in opposition to the disbelievers and hypocrites, to retard the progress of Islam, which came to an end by the decisive victory mentioned in verse 1, political as well as spiritual. It is these kind of shortcomings which can be removed by the victory, or it can prevent its recurrence in future. The completion of Allah's favor on the Holy Prophet. According to the Ahlul Bayt, Zan, in this verse, surely we have to take recourse to Ahlul Bayt about this. Who shall be? Shias. Since the hadiths and all you can see come after 300 years, and we can't rely on these unreliable hadiths, written, compiled. God, no, written or what? According to the Ahlul Bayt, Zan in this verse, sorry for my Persian pronunciation, Zanb in this verse means the sin of the people, although they've written Z-A-N-B here, or Z-A-N-B with the Z. In this verse means the sin of the people, not of the Holy Prophet. Now, all this explanation, that of sin of, now he comes to people. What all this? The word zamb should be interpreted as the shortcoming necessitated by the nature of creation. Yes, points. Then this is the fact towards which the Quran points out when it is said therein that Allah has freed his prophets from zamb. Also, the prophets are freed from zamb. Ghafir in this verse refers to the redress made available by His grace. you und- if I yes. So wiping out, no, Holy Prophet is freed from this. One school of thought follows the philosophy of the companions, among whom the Sheikhain, the first and the second caliph, Abu Sufyan and his son Muawiyah, were very active in giving currency to the theory of Muhammad was a man like unto us, which created so much confusion about the personality of the Holy Prophet that a large number of Muslims in all ages meekly surrender to whatever they have said about him or against him. Oh, I mean, about him. It was deliberately planned to bring the status of the Holy Prophet to the level of ordinary men so that the run of the mill rulers, Muslim rulers, whom they wanted to present as heroes of Islam, could be respected and honored by the common people, common Muslims. To belittle the highest position of Ahlul Bayt, established by the sayings and doings of the Holy Prophet, which have been mentioned by almost all the authors of traditions, history, and tafsir, they found it imperative to spread the mist of incredibility around the infallible messenger of Allah, even by distorting and ignoring the clear and decisive verses of the Quran. Very clear. It's so clear. I cannot tell you, Shias, that I agree to the Sunni side that it was Prophet Muhammad. At least on this, that this verse refers to Prophet Muhammad and it's done, past and future. But then guiding to the right way, I don't know. Then there's a dilemma for me also. I can't figure out to guide. Allah tells Prophet Muhammad that he's going to forgive his done, future and past and present, forgiven. Oh. And then he will guide him to the right path. So here you see, now to maybe this ayat comes from God knows where, stolen or made up. And both the Shias and the Sunnis are trying to explain this. One is blaspheming according to Shia against Prophet Muhammad. Worst blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. Sunnis have those who are Ibn Khatir, Marif, and I mean, they've taken it from, they've come to this conclusion from the hadiths of Prophet Muhammad, right? Or the Sahaba's narrations about this. Anyways, according to Shia Tafsir, you can see they've done the worst ever blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. And yet, the Shias here done, no, that was Sunni side. In the light of what has been written in the commentary of several, Holy Prophet being rules out any possibility, however far-fetched, of laying a sinful act on his doorstep. Surah Fatah at 6 and Fatiha. Oh, all this. I'm just skipping, sorry. A lot of ayahs Ali commentary has given, Shia Ali. In the commentary of Moment 55, Surah Moment ayat 55, the issue of sinning and forgiveness has been thoroughly discussed. Commentary. There's nothing to add here to reject the preposterous idea of attributing sinning to the Holy Prophet. Well, I agree to. You see, how can Allah then jump to this and then he's saying, no. Okay, Sunnis, you're right in saying that Prophet Muhammad, this verse, yours, done, Prophet Muhammad. But then the last part, that other part, I don't understand, guide you to the straight path. So it's both of them, and the Shias, then the done, in reality, there are two schools of thought among his followers. One school of thought follows the philosophy of the companion. Sorry, I have to cut myself. And I'm reading this. Among whom the Shaykhain, Abu Sufyan. Okay, I read this. The point of the view of the followers of Muhammad and Ali, al-Bayt, and Ali, al-Bayt of Muhammad, has been clearly mentioned. Interpretation. Surah Najm describes the nearness and perfection of the Holy Prophet, not Ali or al-Bayt, the absolute perfection of Allah. Although Surah 3, Ayat 33 also does not mention his family members being, oh, no, yes, oh, sorry. Surah, oh, yeah, the Ayat Tathir, not the sending Salih, and to the believers. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm just talking to myself now. But Surah 33, Ayat 33 does mention Ahlul Bayt. Yes, so his wives also. Thoroughly purify you. Allah wishes to, intends to thoroughly, or intends. That little mistake by me. Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Adversaries. Let's see what I can. I'm not prepared properly for this. Unconditional surrender of the pagans. The interpretation of Ghafir and Zanb have been given in the commentary of Momin, Surah Momin ayat 55. Let me see, Surah Momin ayat 55 a little bit. In Quran.com, so Surah Momin. What does the verse contain? Surah Mominun, Surah Ghafir, or Surah 55. Surah Mominun. Do they think that we extend to them of wealth and children? I think it's Surah Ghafir. Another Surah Momin. Surah Ghafir. Yeah, I think Surah Momin is Surah Ghafir. Shias for Surah Ghafir. Let me just go. I'm going there. Quran.com. So be patient, O Muhammad, meaning indeed the promise of Allah is true, and ask forgiveness for your sin and exalt with praise of your Lord. Well, so here, Surah Mu'min, ayat 55 is done, and ask forgiveness for your sin and glorify the praise of your Lord. Again, we have this. So the Sunni Sahih International puts, O Muhammad, is this O Muhammad, a guide and a message to the men of understanding. What we did aforetime give Moses guidance, and we give the book. A guidance as guidance. So be patient. Indeed, the promise was ask forgiveness for your sin. Indeed, those who dispute concerning the signs of Allah without evidence having come to them, without evidence having come to them. We are using the evidence, the Quran ayahs. There is not within their breast except pride. So who is Allah saying here? It's not clear. Again, see, O Muhammad, meaning. So you can patiently then persevere. And ask forgiveness for your fault. Dhanb. Again, dhanb is used. Oh my God. Okay. And then what? Back to Shia. Oh, this is very clear Quran, I must tell you. Right? Muslim will be forgiven. No. So the interpretation of Ghafir and San has been given in the commentary section. So Allah said, forgive, istaghfar, from Ghafir, right? Again, astaghfar Allah. This, this like protection, this, that Allah may protect you from your sin. Oh, so you're using a different, astaghfirullah, like we do. We have, I mean, as a Shia also, we do that, right? Oh, so ghafir means protection from sin, like protecting you from sinning. Protection, not forget. Oh, wait a minute. Now, you see, my research would be my study, or the way I do this. Um, Allah will not forgive them. If you ask 70 times forgiveness, no. If you ask forgiveness for hypocrites, let's see if it's afu. Allah will not forgive them. So now, let's see. Quran. You know Shias, this for whom? Hypocrites. Aisha, Hafsa. Whether you ask forgiveness for them or do not ask forgiveness for them. Let's go to Quran. This is Surah Tawbah at 80. Allah will not forgive them. This is how I do my research. Now here you'll say read in context. Surah 9, ayat 80. Oh, here read in context. Let's see. Afu. If you tell me is istaghfar, oh, this forgiveness, not protection. Shia, Shia, what you come here? No, that criminal not coming here again. Taqlan Heather. If you ask protection for the sin or you not ask protection for the sin, Allah not protecting them from sin. From that sin. Okay. But whether they ask for the forgiveness or not. So Shia commentary protection. Ghafir in Surah Fat, I do mean the interpretation of Ghafir and Zand, the sins of those who opposed the Holy Prophet but afterwards embraced Islam, and the sins of those who would in future oppose the religion of Allah but might become Muslims would be forgiven. Make up your mind, would be forgiven or they will be. What does ghafir mean here? Maybe I got it wrong. Now I get startled and come here because Shia commentary very confusing, right? That now you will blame me for God knows. Already I'm punishable. What? And if I make a mistake, you say I lie and I misinterpret lying, dishonestly. Right? Look, what this? What is this? Oh my God. The sins of those who oppose the Holy Prophet. It did not future sins, not future people who future disbeliever. What the how you Shias also? Where's my pen? My goodness, what is going on? Sorry, it has to be like this because it didn't. I said it on screencasting, it didn't come, as has been mentioned in the commentary of Moment. Grant, yeah, in Allah has granted protection to the followers of the Holy Prophet against their adversaries. Against their adversaries by the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Surah Moment and then Surah Muhammad, ayat 15 and 19. Allah has granted protection to the followers of the Holy Prophet. Ah. The interpretation of Ghafir and Zanb, sins of those who oppose the Holy Prophet but afterwards embrace. This doesn't go with the ayat mentioned in Surah Zumar ayat 35. Future, the religion of Allah but might become Muslims would be forgiven as also mentioned, like this surah, in Surah Fatah 2 and also in Surah Zumar ayat 35. Also. And what meaning and all this? I'm kind of dizzy here. You see, with this Shia commentary, sometimes I get very dizzy, mostly. So, like a fool, I've been waiting. You see, now I become like I cannot take this guiding Holy Prophet right path, 17 years, I skipping. Now you will not get much from me here. The word Zam should be interpreted. Okay. Oh, this Zan. Now we go to Ghafir. Ghafir in this verse refers to redress made available by His grace. Otherwise, we, to whom? Oh, how you're sure. What the, some, sorry to say, but according to Allah, Zan bin this verse means the sin of the people, not the Holy Prophet. Of course, his family, he put means the sin of the people. Allah, please make up your mind, two of you. Ali, Akamedi Puya and Ali, I not understand what this. I get confused. I want something very simple, direct. It's too complicated. Where did I say? There's nothing, reject the preposterous idea of attributing sinning to the Holy Prophet. Yes, that I read Najam make mistakes. After all, he was human being. It was natural for him to, with the outlandish conjecture that as after all he was a, oh, the other Muslims, yani, in Surah Najm. You see this? I am not able to. In reality, there are two schools of thought among his followers. One school follows the philosophy of companions. Muhammad was a man like unto us, to belittle the highest position of the Ahlul Bayt. Muawiyah, Abu Sufyan, and Muawiyah. History and all this. The point of view of the followers of Muhammad and Ali, Ahlul Bayt of Muhammad, has been clearly mentioned in the interpretation of the verses of the Quran, verse 9 of Najm. Surah Najm describes the nearness and perfection of the Holy Prophet to absolute perfection of Allah as a distance of two bows or to Allah. I think it was that the spirit coming, the star come down, make form, not to Allah. There's no limit to his nearness to Allah's perfection. Mentioned in commentary and Surah Moment, meaning Ghafir, Surah Ghafir, and Surah Muhammad, 15 and 19 verses. Allah has granted protection to the followers of the Holy Prophet. Protection or forgiveness? Look, protection from sin, not. Okay, so now I went to Surah Ghafir at 55. What I find? Forgiveness. Allah has granted protection to the followers. If He had granted you protection, it would be that you not a sin and He not have to forgive you. And you, moreover, interpretation of Ghafir. Oh, so. And he had 10,000 men with a great victory. And what more about this other part? And then He may guide you on the right path, right? So, stuck. Words don't come easy to me. How can I find a way to make you see how we get betrayed? Words don't come easy. This is just a simple song that I made for, and I speak simple English. They have been freed from any possibility of. I know the reading properly about the messengers and prophets of Allah. Broken heart, broken dream. So I leave you 53 minutes, not even 30 minutes. You see how this keep me stuck on this? Don't startle me. Hafir, Surah Hafir ayat I show you. Quran.com, thank you. What is coming? So be patient. Indeed, the promise of Allah is truth. Allah is truth. Promise of Allah is truth. True. And ask forgiveness for your sin. Who is to ask? And ask protection for your sin. Okay. From Allah. Ghafir. Astaghfar. Istaghfar. Proper. Istaghfar. This protection from your sin. Your Shia say. Commentary. Ahlul Bayt tell you. I don't know. I'm quite. And so this one. This also that Allah will not. No. Allah will not give them protection. If you ask 70 times that Allah give them protection, Allah will not give them protection. That's astaghfir. Allah will not give them protection, right? If you ask 70 times, never will Allah give them protection. Good? Okay. So you get it how I go. This You're, thank God, so broken, yet in broken pieces. I'm unable. Okay, thank you very much. I will come back. I have to come back later, show you on the screen, perhaps. I not mean any copyright infringement. Quran.com, please forgive me. Oh, no, no. As for no, no, there's no protection for me from Allah. Okay, and what else? My shortcomings. Thank you so much.